Awesome sauce. It says that we are live. Perfect. There I am. Hello, 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 and happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday. Popping on live to give you the forecast, energetic forecast for the week ahead, as well as card reveals. For those of you who have been connected to the page, you saw the post earlier today notifying you to select your card so that you could get in the know of the upcoming week ahead. So, super excited. Super excited. Just going to give a moment for this to catch up, for people to be notified, all the things. With these nails, I'm not going to be able to do what I want to do, but that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. We'll get the notifications out that we are here. Sweet. All right. Sundays are my favorite days. Sundays are my favorite days. These are the days where we get to zap into the current of energy for the potential that is full right now as we move forward, especially on the down slide, if you will, on the outs of the Lion's Gate. It peaked for us. What was it, on Friday? Yeah, Friday, 8/8 is when the Lion's Gate peaked in all of its gorgeous energy. And it doesn't close until the 16th, which is the end of this week. The energy is going to give you, the energy reading that I'm going to give you is going to give you the information you need for the week ahead as we come to the closure of the Lion's Gate. Um, it feels really potent right now. And the word I want to use is very precious, if that makes sense. Precious, sacred, fragile. Not fragile in a weak way, fragile in a really great way. I think it's giving us a big reminder. A reminder to step out of life in a way and to get clear on how we want it to be for us moving forward, how we want to show up for it moving forward, how we want to, move within it moving forward, right? So it's a really important time for us right, as it always is, but for us to get really clear about the thoughts we're thinking, the energy that we're having, all of that stuff. So before we pull cards for the energy, for the cards that were on the thing, I want to give you a bit of what came through this morning as I was meditating. The energy for this week is an invitation for us to keep moving, but within stillness, not in a forcefulness, pushing of sorts. We're not trying to, this isn't necessarily a call for action, right? Show up, 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 and do, 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 do. It is show up, but be the light that you are. Allow the light that you are to be what speaks on your behalf and what, emits out into the world around you and calls to you the things that you're desiring. Let that light be what it is. That attracts the people, the places, the faces, the opportunities to you. It's not a time for control. It's never really a time for control. I think now more than ever, especially with the Lion's Gate and all of what it meant for us, I was teaching it from a balance perspective, how we can add balance to our world that then calms the nervous system, which then allows us to truly open ourselves up and be in receivership for the things that we are asking for. We send out these desires to the universe and ask that it fulfill it for us. But truthfully, what needs to be fulfilled is our alignment to what it is that we're asking for. What needs to be fulfilled is our diligent, upkeep of the energy that we are holding and the clearing out of the energy that we no longer need, right? So you're constantly filtering. As an energetic being, you're constantly filtering the things out that don't serve you and the things in that do. So this is a really important time to stay conscious more than anything, very aware and conscious that you are in alignment with the flow or current of the divine, or you are bucking the current and feeling discomfort because of it. This river that flows, it has its direction. It's already pre-paved. It's predestined, right? And so it's been pre-planned. We don't have to do anything aside from line ourselves up with it. We don't have to earn anything in order for the receiving of what is meant for us to be received. We only have to get into concert with it. We have to be able to link up vibrationally through the frequency, the patterns that we are showing up and stepping into. That vibration is what puts us in a line, align with the things that we are wanting. Hi, Suzanne. I see you've jumped on. It is not a week for rushing. It is, however, a week for acceptance, allowance, and surrender. It's been a message that continues to come up and continues to come up and continues to come up. Again, very loud this morning. Be still and know. Be still and know. I mean, even some of the, what do you want to call them? Broadcast channels that are like through Instagram and stuff like that. There's one that I'm connected to, and the message in there is, be still and know that I am God. Like, okay, I hear you. I hear you up here. I see you out there. Like, yes, 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 yes. And I love this line, be still and know. If you are in stillness, then you aren't chasing. If you're in stillness, then you're not, attempting to move anything, anyone, self included. You're being still. You are open in your mind. You're open in your heart. You are open in your ear, the inner ear that's going to allow the messages that you need to come in. But if you are hustling about, if you are forcing your way through, if you are pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, then you're saying to the universe, I got this. I got this. I don't need help. I don't need support. When you are still, you become this magnet for that support, because you become open to the allowance of it. You become open to the receiving of it. You become open so that it can flood through you in your energy field. Allowing the universal current to be your guide, getting clear on and in the vision, and allowing the current to move you forward. What does that mean? I sat with it this morning and thought, I love this message. I love it. I love it. I love it. Because it just takes so much pressure off the shoulders that make it feel as if I have to figure it out, that make it feel like I need some sort of a detail, that make it feel like I'm missing something in some way, shape, or form, right? Like, that's not true. None of that's true. None of that is a belief that we carry. The allowance of the current, the allowance of the current. The allowance of the current will allow you to pick up through your receiver what it is that you are meant to be doing in any moment of any day. Based on how you feel. There have been moments in my journey where I have said, that sounds fantastic, but if I could get myself into a feeling state of anything other than anxiety, then that would be fan-freaking-tastic. My first request was, help me move beyond the anxiety to feel a feeling other than it. This then lets me know the receiver that is me, right, isn't broken and just turned to one dial, which is Anxiety 101. As we start having that intention out there, we start having energy come forward, which we discern and translate by thought. The thoughts start to shift, and we find ourselves thinking lighter vibrating thoughts. This then helps us feel relief. Relief is a higher vibration than anxiety. It's working, moving upward, moving out of, right? The universal current is a current that helps us feel good. It helps us feel connected to well-being, beingness. Stillness speaks volumes. Stillness speaks volumes, because in your stillness, how do you feel? Do you feel the anxiety of, oh my gosh, I should be doing? Do you feel the lonely energy that comes up in the sitting of alone, sitting of silence? Do you enjoy your own company, or are you constantly seeking the company of the outside world to let you know that you are alive, right? Like there are some that struggle with visibility. I am not being seen, which means I'm not relevant, which means I must not be good enough, which means I must not be important to those around me or to the things that I do or into what it is that I offer. Do you know what I mean? When you are still and you are in silence, so much is revealed. Pay attention to the thoughts. Pay attention to the feeling. Something that I come back to myself often is the recalibrating of the body and the feeling sensors, because I had a beautiful friend, have a beautiful friend, she's still here. I have a beautiful friend. Her name is Miss Renata, and she would say you're ignoring the body's cue for thirst or for hunger or for sleep. You're ignoring, you're trying to override your body. I'll pee later. I'm busy. I'll go potty later. I'm fine. I'll just hold it. How many times, even in childhood, were we told, just hold it? We're almost there. Just hold it, right? Just hold it. Never mind what the body's trying to tell you. Just override it and hold it. You're not hungry. You just ate. I find myself saying that to myself all the time. You're not hungry, girl. You just ate. Right? But like, this is a body cue. You've got to listen to the cue. Sometimes you're not actually thirsty or hungry or have to pee. Sometimes you're just like, I got to go find something else to do. I got to move my energy, right? Like, listen, pay attention to it. When we pay attention, this is really good. And the guides broke it into two sections of paying attention. There's the paying attention that comes with being open to receive, the attention that gets you in a ready state. Right? I'm in a ready state for the next message. Open, receiving, and anticipation. I'm paying my attention, giving my attention to the intention of getting the next message, right? Or there's focused intention, where you pay the attention to the detail of the gardening, the dishes, the courses, the email, the reading, the children, the partner, the exercise, the body, right? So you can pay attention being ready to get something, or you can pay attention by focusing into detail. There's two ways to pay. Paying an act, attention being currency. There's two ways to give your energy. You can give your energy in the preparedness to get what it is you are in need of from the universe. You could pay your energy by focusing on something. When you focus on something, when you pay attention, energy goes, our energy flows where attention goes. Wherever you are placing your attention, that's where your energy is going. So anytime you find yourself paying the attention to something negative, you are giving your energy to it. This is what's meant by giving power away. Your energy is your power. Your choice is the action that gives your power, your energy to something. You are constantly giving your energy to something. Are you deliberately conscious of what it is that you're giving it to? And many of us are consciously aware of where we give our currency in the form of dollars. But how many of us are very aware of where we give our energy in the currency of the life force? It is more valuable than our dollars. Where attention goes, energy flows. So when I asked the guides to give us a bit of a, like, give me tip, tool, technique, something that they can walk away with going, okay, message loud and clear, Jax. Heard you loud and clear. I have to be open to receiving, to get really clear about what it is that I desire. I got to make sure that I'm paying my energetic attention to what it is that I am wanting rather than what it is that I'm not. Paying energetic attention to where I want to be rather than where I've been. I was in the Vault of Mastery last night doing our full moon ceremony, and something really powerful came in. I wrote it down and went back to it because I wanted the guides to like elaborate on it for me. This full moon is a full moon in Aquarius, which is still very potent today and tomorrow, all around freedom, liberation, right? The revolution energy of setting stuff free. Things crumble, so things are set free. What inside of you is ready to go to the light, to crumble so that you can be set free. And the line that they gave us was that we are in need of moving from probability to possibility. This literally feels like a freaking masterclass. And I'm just like, ooh, let's gnaw on this and chew on this and go deep with this because this feels so good. Probability versus possibility. When you think of something that's probable, what do you base the probability of it on? What has done well so far? What has worked in the past? Big emphasis on past. Probability is linked to the past. It's all I know. Where possibility is absolutely a future focused direction where there's infinite things that could come to pass, infinite ways that this could show up, infinite ways that you could receive the love that you are in desire of, or the finances that you're, desire of, or whatever the case may be. When you move from probability to possibility, it's endless. And that is really what we are being given an opportunity to do with this full moon, if we're using the energy of it wisely. Yes, it happened or peaked yesterday, but it's still very, very powerful, very potent today. And even into tomorrow, it is going to be very relevant for us to take this energy, this full moon in Aquarius energy, and freaking liberate yourself, set yourself free. I was asking the guides privately in my journal. We've got 2 journals. We've got the collective journal, what are we going to tell everybody? And then we've got the other journal, which is upstairs. That's about Jackie. So we channeled this information, right? I'll give you a bit of the background. My foot fell asleep. Hang on. Oh. Random laughs is because my foot fell asleep. The other journal, I'm in there going, okay, all right, where do I fit into this? Where am I in all of what we are giving them, Where am I? What does this look like? And the guides were clear. You are a catalyst. And I love that word. I love that vision. I love that title. This week, I'm going to be a catalyst. I'm not the be-all and the end-all. I'm not the beginning or the end. I'm a catalyst. I desire to be a catalyst. I desire to be someone that shares their life. For people that resonate, for people that can learn from it, for people to not feel alone in wherever they are. I desire to be a catalyst, someone that is going to support others with realizing the potent power that they possess through my realization of the potent power that I possess. I want my life and everything that I've been able to show up and do expanding the psychic gifts, expanding the intuitive abilities, expanding the healing potential that I offer. I want people to see that and resonate with that and want that for themselves. I want to be the catalyst that makes them truly, truly feel deep down that they can do it too. Yes, I want to be the catalyst that they come to that say, hey, through your story and through what you've been sharing with everybody, I know that I can be of service in this way as well. Can you support this? Yes, we support it all day long. We've got one-on-ones, we've got group programs, we have retreats, we have newsletters, we have memberships, we have lives. Absolutely. In whatever ways it works best for you, and whatever space you are in with receivership, we're here for it. We're here for it all day long. And so as I'm journaling, be the catalyst, be the catalyst, be the catalyst. I thought, oh my gosh, this is so good. It's so good. I have danced a bit with perfectionism, definitely, and wanting everything to be a certain way. I want people to have these specific outcomes, right? I want people to have exactly what they desire, and I want to be the person that gets them where they want to be. But it's like, whoa, that's not a power that I want to wield, right? I want to be someone that is a catalyst for them to see it for themselves and become it for themselves, do it for themselves, sit in it for themselves, so that when they look back, they say, wow, thank you for the support. I did that thing with me, not because of me, right? So as I sat with this energy that's been coming in for a while now, with Radically Awakened, and everything we're teaching right now in that program, that is a huge alchemy program. Huge alchemy program. And alchemy is linked to intuition. Intuitively, when you pick up what it is that needs to be transmuted and transformed, then you become the alchemist of your own world. But if you're not willing to see it, it's never going to change. If you're not going to take the time, use the resources that you have at your disposal to invest it in yourself, to expand you. If you don't see the relevance, the importance of doing the healing work so that you feel better, you are not in the right place. You feeling better is the indicator that you're vibrationally rising, that your frequency is changing, that you are on the cusp of the receiving of what it is you want. But if you don't want to do the work, if you don't want to take the journey, then nothing's going to change, and it's going to be no one else's issue, fault, than your own. No one's coming to save you. That was one of the hardest lines that I ever had to read or receive or hear. No one's coming to save you. There isn't a knight in shining armor that's just going to swoop in and heal all your woes. That's going to, override all your trauma. That's going to go and slay all your shadow dragons. That's not a thing. You have to be your own catalyst. You have to be your own advocate. You have to see the relevance in investing your time in doing energy work, and investing your money in mentorship, in investing your, energy and being able to be of service here in the world. You have to see the value of all of that. When you do, everything changes. When you do, you start seeing that it was never about anything outside. It was only always about the inner world and how that looks, the inner world and how that feels. When you clean up your side of the street, all the other streets look beautiful, because you become the projector that shines out first, that life then adheres to. But there are so many people, it won't work for me. I can't afford that. That's going to take way too long. I'm not good enough for it. It's just for special people. I wasn't born with those gifts. Friend, I wasn't born with them either. I mean, technically, in my belief, we're all born with them, but I wasn't born actively using them. These gifts are ones I developed. The psychic one came super quick, super easy. We're freaking A++ at that. Intuitively, every single day, we work on that. Every day I work on my intuitive gifts. Have they strengthened over the years? Absolutely. Are they peak performance? Probably not. Because I am human, and I am having an experience that I'm not done with either. And holding that real space for people, that's the difference between me and a lot of other spiritual mentors, in my opinion. So meditation is going to be your tip of the day. Really, the tool you'll use all week is meditation. Because when you can get still and when you can go quiet, the body can begin to whisper to you. Intuition, an expansion of intuition, the work behind it is a whisper in the beginning, but the more that you do it, the louder it becomes, and the more that you begin to recognize it, feel it, hear it, sense it, right? We trust more when these are loud. Well, in order for them to become loud, we have to take and start doing the practice and the routine of sitting, getting quiet, being still, so that we can start allowing that whisper to come up. This calms the system and allows it to open, and when it's open, Source gets to drop in what it is that we are in need of. But we first have to quiet the mind, the body, right? The mind, the body, and the energy field. If it is full of anxiousness, if it is filled with dense energy that brings in depression, if it is filled with unworthiness, if it's filled with thoughts like, I can't do that, I'm not good enough at that, that's never going to work, it is going to take way too long, I thought I understood it, but I guess I don't, I think it needs to be this way, but clearly it's not. Like, if we are going to constantly critic ourselves, then you are going to constantly get in the physical world more things to be critical of. This out here is just a mirror. This will shift and change. This right here, outside world, is so irrelevant. So irrelevant. It is a hologram of your inner workings. If the outside looks like shit, it's because the inside feels like shit. Hands down, every time. And you're the one that has to decide. Today is the day I'm done feeling like shit. Today's the day I'm done talking to myself like I'm a piece of shit. Today is the day when I make some shifts and changes in my world. And if I need help, I'm going to be a big girl or a big guy, and I'm going to show up and I'm going to ask for it, because the universe put people, places, and faces before me, knowing that they would be the support that I needed, knowing that they would be the catalyst for the shifts and changes that I want to have in my world. We work with others because source works through other people. It's so cool. It's really cool. My daughter, all of you know, and if you're new to my world, hi. My daughter is my everything. She's my everything. She's my OBM. She's my CFO. She's my COO. She's my, KTT. She's like all the things. That's not a thing, but she'd be that if we could figure it out. She's everything. She's all the things. And so we were talking the other day, and I was just like, you know what? I'm ready to get out there and do more in-person stuff. And she's like, girl, you realize that networking, oh my gosh, you're so good at that. And that's what works every single time, is being in other places and in front of other faces and working in communion with other, yes, collaboration and networking is huge. And I have always, always, always loved the summits that we've done. Live on Purpose, that's coming. The podcast and connecting with others, that's coming. Doing network, in-person stuff, networking with people for business, for myself, right? All of this, it makes so much sense, right? But if you're someone that's holding yourself back because you don't think you have anything to add, that's a lack or limiting belief. You being able to show up and be your beautiful self is all that's required. You being able to show up in that moment, however you are, is all that's required. Sometimes we're like, change me, God. That's the simple prayer, change me, God. And we get in front of somebody that is going to give us the line that goes, oh my gosh, that's everything I needed. But everything outside here is going to give you all the answers as to what is not working, connected, shifting, changing in here. This inside job is a you problem. This inside job is not something that anybody did to you. This inside job is something that you've got to really, truly desire to have shifts and changes within, because then everything outside of you is going to begin to replicate the inside, the feelings of joy, the feelings of love, the feelings of connection, the feelings of abundance and prosperity. Money can't come through your channel if it's bogged down. Nothing comes through your channel if it's bogged down and closed off, right? We can't be feeling unworthy, but then hoping money can slip in there. That's not a thing. We have to do that work. And every level that we get to requires more of that work for us to expand our capacity to channel more energy. That's why it never ends. All right. Hi, Deborah. How are you? Oh, Loren is on. She must have heard me talking about her. Let us get to the cards, shall we? Let us get to the cards. If you have not yet chosen a card, ABC 1, 2, 3, you're going to want to do that now. Hi, Anne Marie. Can't hold it at my age, Suzanne says. I know what you mean. I'm very comfortable being alone and still. Yeah, and so much comes, but are you at a place now where you can be comfortable being seen and showing up and being of service to others around you and getting out into the world? Ooh, yeah, there comes a time when we can get too comfortable being alone. Yeah. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, ABC. First card up is the Faith card. If you chose the first card, A, or 1, faith is the energy to keep this week. Faith is the belief in everything and anything. Faith is the belief in what you can't see. So if you're calling in love, if you're calling in more prosperity, if you're calling in more of a connection to your higher self, that faith, the belief in all things, even though you can't see it, is what is going to be required. Faith and trust, they walk hand in hand. Faith is what lends us the ability to trust more, and trust leads to the ability of holding more faith, right? Faith is that silent prayer that we say when we are really calling upon the universe to give us the synchronicity, send the support that we are needing, that faith that even though people outside might not agree with the vision, it's still coming to pass. Okay, faith is a you and you thing. It's a you and the divine thing, right? Faith, the belief that all things are possible. Erica says, that's my cat's name. Yes! Did you pick that card? I think you picked two. I think this is your card, Erica. All right, second card up is listen. Ooh, I love this. Listen. Listening is also not just something about hearing me talk to you, but listening is also what takes place in meditation when we allow ourselves to receive. Listening and receivership go hand in hand. You can't receive if you're not going to listen. So listening is going to be a really big action thing that you do this week. Doesn't mean talk, doesn't mean discern, doesn't mean decipher, doesn't mean make it mean something. Just listen. Be observant, right? Listening is the feeling state, a frequency as well, right? So it could be audible, but it could also be a feeling sensation. When we listen, our higher self comes through, source comes through. We get what we need, right? It could also be an opportunity for you to be of service to others just by listening. Somebody in your world that might be struggling with something, somebody in your world that just might want to bounce something off of you, right? That's another thing. We have to be open. It's not always going to be us that needs the faith. Perhaps it's the extension of the faith that we are being asked to do this week for those around us. Might not always be us that is in need in this moment of listening, but this right here is going to be the greatest thing that you can do for somebody else, right? So be open to this coming through this week for you. My dad's not well and I needed to hear something. I chose all three. I was told to take in the messages. Yes, Carrie, I'm always there for everyone. Yes, well, this might just be time to listen for you. What is it you are in need of and what it is that you could be ready to receive, right? All right, your third card, or C, is Gatekeeper. Gatekeepers are potent and powerful add-on energies for protection. The gatekeeper is one that allows us to enjoy a buffer between us and the harshness. You know, our soul, I don't think any of our souls knew exactly what they were signing up for. Let's be real. The intensity of what this was going to be. There are many souls that are choosing to tap out of this because it's just way more struggle than they can do, more struggle than they can handle, more struggle than they thought they signed up for, right? Gatekeepers are going to be very powerful energies to call upon, in addition to the protection energy that we use, whether this is tuning into Archangel Michael and calling that energy forward and asking for that supportive protection around us, whether that is the guides that you work with. I work with guides that are specific for gatekeeping and for protection energy and for working on energy, healing guides, and all of those things. When you call on your gatekeepers, they are an added buffer. They often expand the energy field around you of protection. I'm trying to give this the greatest words that I can with my vision, but they act as, you've got your team. This is an add-on to that team that work on behalf of your team, that support you at a greater capacity to ensure that protection is there, that energy is like at the grid, if you will, energy staying as potent as it can be for you, connected to you, right? So call on those gatekeepers this week. This may be what you need if you are someone that has been really using the Lion Gate energy for manifestation, if you've been using the Lion Gate energy to go really deep and start looking at where balance is required of you. Now you're ready to go out into the world and flex that muscle of knowing what you need to do, who you need to be, how you need to show up. Well, you're going to need those gatekeepers, because anything we do for the first time, sometimes it takes a little bit of time to get into. Sometimes, we can get easily thrown back into old habits and patterns, knee-jerk reactions, because we're showing up in a brand new way that might not be the way we've addressed life in the past. Your gatekeepers are going to help you keep your intention for showing up as the best version, the higher vibrating person that you said you were going to be, based off of the energies that have been happening. So Yay. Let's see. Anne Marie, how are you? I love listening to you, Jackie. You've uplifted me in the past few days. Thank you. You are so welcome. You're welcome. I don't know what's going to happen with my dad's health, and my brother is in a serious relationship. He's a nervous. Would be nice if he had a baby. Oh, wanting to expand family is always fun. I've always surrounded myself with 7 layers of divine light for protection. Yes, 7 layers of divine light for protection is definitely powerful and potent. And again, the ego can sometimes come in. We know we are intending for this, and it might look the same, where we can assume, right? I like to also call in the gatekeepers when I am in need of added protection. Like, I'll give you an example. We got our Oracle decks in. There's literally not even half of them came in yet. We still have more on their way. They're on the boat coming by sea, but I sent half of them by air. So we have boxes of Oracle decks here, and we have boxes of journals as well. And when I received my shipment, I knew I needed to get them out to all the people that had purchased their bundle or their decks. So I had to go to the UPS store. And before I walked in there, I knew what I was going in to do. And I'm talking, my whole trunk was full of bundles and my whole trunk was full of decks. And I'm thinking, this can go one of two ways. They could be like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for your business. Or they could be like, oh my God, you got to be freaking kidding me. I need to do what with how many parcels? Like, so I'm like calling on my gatekeepers. I need you to come in. I need you to stand before me. Before me. Go before me. Set the tone before me. My intention is that this goes smoothly and quickly. The quick part was because my 16-year-old was in the driver's seat, and he's like, I'm going to sit here until you're done, right? So I'm like, let this be quick, because I don't need this boy getting antsy and just taking off, right? So I called my gatekeepers in, and I have these huge, they're like Roman soldiers that come forward. And they moved in. And when I went in, I was very calm. I felt calmer. Gatekeepers aren't just for the outer world to adhere to. It's for us to stay in our zone, right? So I walked in, I was very calm, very collected. The gentleman there was so amazing. He actually saved me over $150 on my shipping. If I told you how much I sent to ship these out, I learned so much through this project. Let me tell you, so much. Everything went exactly as I had intended it to because I added that extra layer, right? So it's beyond, gatekeepers aren't ones that I call in every day. I don't need to call in gatekeepers every single day. Like, again, like you're saying, Carrie, adding all that layer of protection and staying in the energy of that works 9 out of 10 times. But when you know you're about to walk into something much bigger, where it has the potential to be much harsher in energy, a conversation with someone that you are like really, really, really wanting to put off or not have, gatekeepers are going to come in and really regulate the energy that much stronger or that much more intentionally, if that makes sense. So much divine protection around at the moment and signs. Even found a feather in the fridge oh my goodness, a feather in the fridge. Oh my gosh, if that's not a knock you upside your head type of sign, I really truly don't know what would be. I would never have thought to put a feather in the fridge to try and get someone's attention. But that's amazing. Your guys are very crafty. What? I want a feather in the fridge. I'm going to send a picture when I find demanding a feather in the fridge. That's so cool. That's awesome. All right, friends. All right. That has been the energy for the week ahead, August 10th through August 16th. The Lionsgate portal closes on the 16th, which means we are going to be closing our special that's going on right now. Today is the last day to claim your 15-minute psychic sessions for $88. I gave you the link. It's up above. You can grab as many of these psychic sessions as you'd like. They are $88. It expires this evening, so do not sleep on this. If you are in need of a quick pick-me-up, if you need a little bit of Jackie time, you would be surprised at what we can channel in 15 minutes. If you've done one with me in the past, woo, we can go very quickly. Go ahead and grab that offer. It is in the comment section. $88 for 15 minutes. That's going to end this evening. So go and grab you a session. again. We are also opening up. I'm opening up some private one-on-one time. If you are someone that is ready to really take the journey to the next level, you're ready to do the work that is going to expand your capacity furthermore. If you're ready to do the inner healing work that moves you beyond that feeling of unworthiness, that feeling of despair, if you are someone that knows you harness the potent power of the psychic gifts and the intuitive gifts and you're ready to explore those and expand those, I am the lady that you're going to want to come and talk to. If you haven't figured that out yet, let me know so I can reword my messaging. No, definitely want to get into the schedule. We can have a quick chit chat around how that might look for you, what we may be able to support you with. Just drop us a line in the DMs so that we can get you in the schedule and have that conversation. There are limited one-on-one spots available right now. Because we're going to be traveling in the upcoming months. We've got the group program happening right now as well. So many amazing, wonderful things are taking place. But I definitely feel the call. There are those that are ready to step into a one-on-one experience so that they can expand this journey into a greater state of being. And I am here for that as the catalyst. That's what I wrote down in my journal today, as the catalyst. So definitely let me know if this is you, if you are someone that is ready to do that. I am here for it all day long. We will be live this week on Wednesday. What did we channel around the live for this Wednesday? We didn't. We have to channel around the theme. But we will be live on Wednesday. More than likely, it will be maybe 11 or noon, something like that. But just stay tuned to the channel, to the page. I'll make that announcement for you so that you know what to expect and you can attend. We will see you for the next live on Wednesday. Of course, the Vault of Mastery is the free subscription group where we do all kinds of awesome, wonderful things, where there are also self-study courses that you could use for your journey. So if you're not a free member yet, you have the option of free member or all access pass. The all access pass also gets you into the channeling that happens every single month. Definitely want to reach out and do that. That's JacquelineHopper.com/the Vault of Mastery. So check that out as well. You don't want to miss anything. You don't want to miss all the things and all the ways that we can be connected. So I will see you again on Wednesday. I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday. Bye.